What if I told you the way you spend your very first moments after waking up could decide the entire course of your day and even the direction of your life? In this video, we'll explore the hidden power of mornings through the lens of philosophy, psychology, and human behavior. Drawing on timeless wisdom from thinkers like Plato, Nietzsche, and Bonhoeffer, we'll uncover why a purposeful morning routine is more than productivity. It's about reclaiming your mind, your focus, and your destiny. If you've ever felt trapped by distraction, stress, or meaninglessness, this video will challenge you to see mornings and yourself in a completely new light. Let me ask you something. How did you wake up this morning? Did you stumble out of bed, already reaching for your phone, scrolling through notifications you don't even remember asking for? Did you drift toward the coffee machine like a sleepwalker, half aware, already dreading the responsibilities waiting for you? Or maybe, just maybe, you opened your eyes with a sense of clarity, with purpose, with intention. The truth is, most of us live mornings we never chose. And because of that, we live lives we never chose. There's an old saying, a purposeful morning helps shape your entire day. But here's the uncomfortable truth. If your mornings are shaped by distraction, by chaos, by default, so is your life. Think about it. Every single day begins in the same fragile way. You wake, vulnerable, still half dreaming, still carrying the silence of sleep. In that moment, your mind is soft clay. What you do first, the thoughts you allow in, the actions you take, presses deep into that clay, hardening into form. And that form doesn't just shape your morning. It echoes through the hours, through the weeks, through the years. It becomes you. Plato once said that the beginning is the most important part of the work. He wasn't just talking about philosophy or politics. He was pointing at something universal. The start of anything contains the seed of everything. The way you begin your day is not a throwaway detail. It is the silent architect of your character. And yet, how many of us treat our mornings as sacred? How many of us protect that beginning from intrusion? Most don't. We hand our mornings away to alarms that scream, screens that glow, emails that demand. We trade silence for noise, intention for reaction. And when we do that, we surrender something far greater than a few peaceful minutes. We surrender sovereignty over ourselves. Here's a story. In the 1940s, Dietrich Bonhoeffer, a German theologian who resisted the Nazi regime, would begin his days with scripture and silence, even in prison. Surrounded by chaos, he insisted on shaping his inner world before the outer world could crush him. That ritual wasn't about productivity, it was about dignity, about refusing to let the world dictate the terms of his soul. Now contrast that with today. We have more freedom, more tools, more time-saving conveniences than any generation in history. And yet we often live like prisoners of distraction, chained to devices, unable to claim even the first 20 minutes of our own mornings. Isn't that strange? Isn't that tragic? Psychology confirms what philosophy has whispered for centuries. Your mornings set the tone. When you wake up and dive into chaos, you prime your nervous system for stress, anxiety, and reactivity. You live on defense, like a soldier constantly ambushed. But when you wake with intention, whether through meditation, journaling, prayer, or even just breathing, you prime your mind for clarity. You step into your day as an author, not a victim. But here's the paradox. Most of us resist this. We resist the very practices that could save us. Why? Because somewhere deep inside, we fear stillness. We fear silence. We fear meeting ourselves without distraction. To wake with purpose means to face the truth of our lives head-on. It means we can no longer hide behind the blur of busyness. And that is terrifying. Nietzsche once wrote that, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." Your mornings are the testing ground of your why. If you cannot answer why you rise, why you move, why you live, then mornings will feel heavy, oppressive, meaningless. But if you have a why, even a small one, your mornings become not a burden, but a beginning. So let me ask again, how did you wake up today? And more importantly, why? Let's look at a common morning. The alarm goes off. You hit snooze. 5 minutes pass. You hit it again. Already you've made your first decision of the day. Avoidance, delay, resistance. Then maybe you check your phone. News of tragedy, emails of demand, pictures of lives shinier than yours. In 10 minutes, your nervous system is hijacked. Your sense of control has evaporated, and the day hasn't even begun. Now imagine a different morning. You wake, you breathe, you resist the reflex to grab your phone. You rise slowly, deliberately. You stretch, drink water, maybe step outside and feel the cool air against your skin. You journal a thought, read a page, or simply sit in silence. Before the world enters, you claim a space for yourself. Tell me, who do you think lives a better day? Who do you think lives a better life? But here's the twist. A purposeful morning isn't about rigid routines. It's not about the perfect meditation app, the flawless gratitude journal, or some influencer's 10-step ritual. It's about one thing: ownership. Do you own your mornings, or do they own you? Machiavelli argued that fortune favors those who seize control, who shape circumstances before circumstances shape them. Your morning is your battlefield. If you hesitate, the enemy, distraction, fatigue, despair, strikes first. If you seize it, you rule your day. But here's the catch. Ownership requires sacrifice. It requires discomfort. Waking early when the bed is warm. Sitting in silence when your mind itches for stimulation. Writing down your fears when you'd rather avoid them. And yet, every sacrifice plants a seed. One morning becomes a week becomes a year, and a year becomes a life that looks, feels, and is different. You don't just change your morning, you change your destiny. Let me share a personal reflection. There were years when my mornings felt like defeat. The alarm was a hammer. The world pressed in before I could breathe. I told myself I was too busy for rituals, too tired for reflection. But really I was afraid to face the silence, to sit with the emptiness I carried. And then one day something shifted. I realized that if I didn't claim the beginning, no one would claim it for me. So I started small, just 5 minutes of stillness, then 10, then 20. Over time, my mornings became less about rushing and more about returning to myself, my purpose, my why, and everything changed. Not all at once, not magically, but steadily, like water carving stone. Here's an uncomfortable truth. How you wake is how you live. If you live by snooze buttons, by distractions, by reaction, you live asleep. But if you live by intention, by purpose, by ownership, you live awake. The morning is not just a time of day, it is a mirror. And every morning, it asks you a question. Who are you becoming? So I challenge you. Tomorrow when you wake, resist the gravity of old habits. Don't reach for your phone. Don't run from the silence. Instead, stand in it. Own it. Shape it. Because when you do, you're not just shaping your morning, you're shaping your day. And when you shape your days with purpose, you shape your life. Remember, a purposeful morning helps shape your entire day. But more than that, purposeful mornings help shape who you are. And the question is, who do you want to be?